So what is ManFathers? Okay, first of all, when I was thinking of this channel, I really was trying to emphasize men being men and the positive qualities of men and what men are, what I believe men should be in this society, and what fathers should be, and how those things should be able to intertwine and become kind of something powerful in a family. In our society, we have TV and media and all these things that emphasize men being kind of negative in a family situation where moms and our wives do all the cleaning, cooking, taking care of the children, etc. And we all know what that looks like. The positive things about men and the strengths that men have should carry over into being good fathers, should carry over into being sensitive and being willing to do things that are not normally fit, that don't normally fit within what men like to do or what men tend to do. Right now, my wife, she's been nesting. That's a thing that women do when they're pregnant, and I think women do that in general. She's been doing a lot of nesting, preparing for the baby. And men tend to be a little more slobbish, if you will. They're willing to put up with a little bit more dirtiness, or I know for myself, I'll leave something a little bit longer than my wife, and she gets frustrated at that, of course. But the point is that men need to realize that a part of being a good parent and a good father is to help mom be able to do what she needs to do for her responsibilities, for the things she cares about. And a lot of times men will get away with, and I've heard plenty of stories of men getting away with not having to do that, or it's acceptable in some fashion that men can just do their thing while moms, new moms even, are raising children or taking care of making decisions. So typically you may think of a man as being strong, brave, or a protector, and then fathers being maybe disciplinary, the breadwinner, or even strict. So those are just some things I thought of that were maybe typical answers that you could ask someone, maybe something typically they would give. But I would like to try to think about it a little bit differently. Yes, those things are probably true, and those things are probably good for the most part. Most women might want to choose a man for the man for his bravery, strength, etc., providing for the family, being the disciplinary for the children. I mean, those can be very good things. But I would like to kind of come at it from a different angle and kind of try to approach, even though men and women, I believe, are different, are inherently different, we have different traits. Most of the time, the way a man would do something is different than a woman. And those are not better or worse situations, but more of bringing different things to the table, especially when you're speaking of a family situation or, having children, relationships, etc. I think men and women both have responsibility when it comes to rearing children. And it would seem in our society, a lot of times men get away with slacking off in their responsibility because it is, maybe traditionally, at least from the more modern standard, traditionally men are not supposed to be sensitive or concerned about breastfeeding, diapers, what the kids are, wearing, etc. And that they're to really just focus on maybe being that breadwinner. The importance of this channel hopefully will be to explore the idea that men and women come together and make all of these decisions together. And through their personalities and through their gender, they're going to bring different qualities to the family and how the child is raised and how the child gets to experience their parents. And so everybody's going to be different. But the focus that I want to put on is men taking that responsibility to get excited in a positive way about being a part of some of these things that are more traditionally viewed as women's issues, women's focus, mother's focus. Fathers should want to take responsibility for the success of their families from the perspective of what the choices are being made for their children. And in a positive, supporting way, versus, you know, a way in which the man makes the decision without educating or researching the issues that the mother is having to deal with, because she's either the only one able to, like breastfeeding, or she's the only one willing to, or she's forced to because the father won't. So I hope through this process of making videos and talking about these topics like breastfeeding and whether or not to vaccinate, having home birth versus hospital birth, all these things, will be able to hopefully encourage one another, whoever's interested, to be a part of their families in a more important way. And I know that a lot of that will depend on how much time you have, what your career is like, but that should have you question how important is a career over raising your children and over bringing up new people into the world who are going to take your place one day. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions or comments, please comment. Please share, also like this video. I'm really hoping to spread this channel out there to get a lot more people involved in this topic, and I appreciate your time. Thanks.